How's it going, everyone? Workout Gamer here, and today I have a little something special for y'all today. I recently purchased some classic video games. I have a little video game store that sells anything from NES all the way up to PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3, Xbox, you name it. Nintendo Switch, it's all there. I brought up some good classics. A little blast from my past. Final Fantasy IX for the PS1. And Final Fantasy Anthology. The collector's package. Now the cool things about these games is, back in the day, when I was a young one, a lot of the PlayStation games came in, actually was half of this. This is actually like a double pack. These ones would come with multiple discs most of the time, at least two or more. There are some where they can get away with 2 discs in the single one, but Final Fantasy has been known to, especially from 7 all the way up to 9 during the generation, it's known to have at least 4 discs, 3 discs, 7 had 3 discs. And let's go ahead and open up the Final Fantasy Anthology. This one has Final Fantasy 5 and 6, which is America 3 for Final Fantasy 6, and 5 was never released. Oh, the memories. So the cool thing about the disc are they would actually have art on them. I don't think you can actually see it from the lens, but you know, they're very beautifully done. A lot of care that goes into them, where it's like you open up, the disc is right there. The art is like, oh, this is cool. I can't wait to play it. The disc is in pretty good shape for this one. The guy who works there, he owns a place. He cleans them up before he sells them. And also, behind, there's also some art, some of the characters. Right there, I believe that's Terra. No, that might be Terra Celeste from Final Fantasy VI. And I'll get into this one later. Ooh, in Final Fantasy VI, we got Kefka in the back. The PlayStation ones had the cinematic, like showing off the PlayStation graphics, and also this one comes with the music CD. I haven't listened to that yet. I'm a sucker for soundtracks. I love them. I wish more games had them, or relatively available. It's just kind of impossible. Whenever there's a special edition, I like to collect them. Now this bad boy brings me back, big time. I really do miss the little, what do I even call these, instruction manuals that came with the game. Final Fantasy was great with these. A lot of the original, like PlayStation, if you can get hands on the N64 ones, because they're not just there just to show you like, oh, this is what the button does, this is what the controls are, here's what the options, this is how you save. No, they gave you like the personality of the game, some artwork that you know, is very unique. Like, oh, who's that supposed to be? This is like before they sold like the artist books or anything. It kind of gives you their like little doodles and whatnot. This one has both 5 and 6 in here, and it shows you all the cool things. Like, hey, here's the backstory. Here's what you need to know before you play the game, or you know, you're gonna learn this in the game. Showing you all these different things they have, and possibly like in this one, Final Fantasy V, it gives you all the job classes. I'm doing a bad job just like doing this, but yeah, and all these cases used to have all these, and it's cool because maybe like on the car ride home, you'd open up your game and then like, all right, let me look at the instruction manual, and you go, ooh man, I can't wait to play a samurai, or ooh, a blue mage, what's that? I don't know what that is. And it's kind of cool because you kind of game plan of what you want to be, what you want to pick, what you want to play. And you get excited, and it's exciting to kind of look at what all the abilities are, and if there's anything like, you know, in the game, this is what this does. Well, let me look at the instruction manual. Okay, if I am a summoner, I can summon, a chocobo. I can summon Ifrit at a certain level. And it gives you, again, I'm a sucker for lore. I'm a sucker for when games have a backstory that is comprehensible, that makes you want to know more. And of course with Final Fantasy VI, you know, Same thing. It gives you kind of a background of like all the characters and what their abilities are. And 6 has a lot of characters, but I'm looking at this and I'm just like, that's not all the characters. So I mean, it's pretty basic. I mean, yeah, right here it shows you that's 8 characters right there, plus 4 more 14. I think there's maybe like 1 character missing. I think it's the Abominable Snowman. No, there's 2 more. This is spoilers, by the way. There's this other guy that copies abilities, so you don't actually have all the characters here, so like I guess they're like unlockables. But this is very cool, and let's see if I can find stuff like this, where they have artwork. That's amazing. That was such a great thing to have, and it's unfortunate that games nowadays don't have that. I mean, the Final Fantasy VII Remake, oh my god, how much, you know, people would go crazy if they were able to look at that booklet again. Now to kind of open the Final Fantasy IX one, from, I think it was 8 and 9, had it where the characters would be on the disc. And, oh, that beautiful picture of Bahamut and Alexander in here. Cool story about this one. The guy was going to give me the greatest hits casing. Thankfully, one of the pegs was broken, so I couldn't hold the disc. So he gave me this one instead. So I'm happy that I got the original casing for it. It's beat up, but if I can find another one of these, I can just replace them. Man, the memories. 9 is actually my favorite Final Fantasy of them all. And the booklet, a little better than the strategy guide. I'll say that. I have the strategy guide here somewhere. It's like one of the worst strategy guides ever. But it's cool because, again, you get to learn about, like, oh, here's all the characters. They have these little sayings next to them, like what their personality, their beliefs, I guess. And just so much that, you know, just looking back at this, I'm like, oh man, I remember when I was a kid, when I was bored, I just go and read these. Or be like, oh man, what is this status effect? Where's this item? I don't understand how this works. You had something to go back to if you didn't have the strategy guide. So it's definitely something that takes me back. And, you know, it's unfortunate that, you know, these are just so beautifully done. Like nowadays, you know, you either buy the strategy guide, I'm not even sure if they still do that, if strategy guides are still a thing, or, you know, you buy the special collector's edition, which may come with an art book. I really wish, like, more games came stuff like this. I mean, maybe not 4 discs. That was because the hardware and software wasn't strong enough to hold all these things. But just looking at the back too, oh my god! Just looking at this, I'm just in deep awe. It's funny because it usually shows you the cutscene stuff in the back of the case. Not so much in, I mean, they have a little battle area for this one and the 16-bit stuff on this one. And the funny thing was with Final Fantasy VII, the commercials and advertisements never showed you what the actual game looks like. It showed you the CG moments, which was funny because when you finally get to play, you're like, well, what the hell's with all these blocky characters? So yeah, those are some things I picked up today. Hope you guys enjoyed it today because, you know what, this was it takes me back, and if I find any other cool video games and if I have complete sets of things, I'll definitely show them off as well. This has definitely been the gamer side of the Workout Gamer. Tune in for more. I'll see y'all later.